Audio Jungle.
Welcome to another episode of Gist with Casey, and I'm sure you're excited to know what I'm bringing to you again. But before we continue, I want you to subscribe to my show and press the notification button. With me here, I have Dr. Jones, and you will get to know more about her. So join me as we talk to her. You're welcome, Doctor.
Thank you.
So, Doctor, we want to know about you. Who is Dr. Jones?
Dr. Jessie Jones. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a preacher of the gospel.
Wow.
She's a lecturer and a writer. So many other things that made up Jessie Jones.
Oh, because I know that there are aspects of you, and the preacher aspect is what I'm just picking in now.
Okay.
So, is it that you own your own church, or you are just a missionary?
I'm a lead pastor in the church. The general overseer is my husband.
Okay.
But I'm the lead pastor in the church.
Okay. So now I'm taking you out of the church now. We want to know you as a person. How can we describe your life? How do you describe how you have started? What has brought you to this level?
Life has been wonderful, I would say it. I started when I was young, trying to go to school. And I did OND. Then I relaxed. I said, I don't want to continue going to school. Let me do it. Actually, I went to Bible school. And for a time came in my life, and I was praying one day, and God said, go back to school. I said, go back to school and go and start reading again. And I decided to, take the shots. And I wrote the exams, online exams, just casually, And I came out. They said, you have given me admission. And that was how the journey to my education started. And I did my bachelor. Later did two. I did Christian religion and I did early childhood from two different universities. And that is how I proceeded. I didn't want to go into education. But the calling has been there. Teach people. I saw you with a lot of children, because I said, I love children. If I want to give birth, I will give 20. If there is money. So I said, I love children. And I don't know. They said, no, it's a ministry that God is calling you onto. So that was how I now went into educational line and did my master's, did so many online courses. Then I did my doctorate. That's where I am now.
Okay. And in our conversation, you mentioned, yes, your husband is a lead pastor. Yes. So did you meet him? How many years? Meaning that you're married?
Yeah.
So how many years have you been married, Ma?
27 years.
27 years.
Yes.
So taking you back to the beginning of 27, did you meet him as a pastor, so that it propelled you to to go and go to Bible school?
No. I was already a preacher when I met. Actually, the day I met in the Molwe. Molwe of those days. Yes.
Love in Molwe. Hey, please, I want to hear that love. How did you put it? With that, as he was hanging or where?
He went for a wedding. He went to officiate in a wedding.
Okay.
And I went to minister in a church at Apapa. So, and I was rushing to my mother church because we had Holy Communion. So, I just entered into that Molwe. And the Molwe stopped and was telling him, Oshodi, he was the only person at the park that Sunday. He said after the officiating, people that they no vehicle to take, the old men and women that came with us gave out his vehicle. So he was now waiting at the Molwe park. And the Molwe man said, Oshodi, Oshodi, Oshodi. The man said, I don't want to enter Molwe, be going. Molwe man now held him and said, enter Oshodi. So that was how he reluctantly entered Oshodi, and he was hanging. Me, I was sitting on the second seat. So immediately he entered. He now looked at me and said, have you met Jones? I said, who is Jones? I said, there are so many Jones. He said, have you met this man? I said, who are you? So that was how we started.
Inside Molo.
Inside Molo. We started gisting. And then he said, he's going to go home with me today. I said, they will cut your leg off. He said, no, I will go home. So when we got to Select, because I live at Okota then, he stopped with me. I entered vehicle going to my place. He entered. So when I got to my bus stop, I said, that place is my house. Don't come. Meet me at the office on Monday, which is the next day, and let's talk. So that was how I invited him, thinking I wanted to minister to him, I wanted to preach to him. But that night, something happened. After my prayer in the night, I just went into worship. So as I was worshiping, I started screaming. My younger ones, my cousins I was living with, they rushed because that morning I had an attack, I had a stroke. So they thought maybe it's what repeated. So I was saying, what are you doing here? Who invited you to my house? How do you get to, I saw him, he walked in wearing black trouser, white with striped shirts, with a Bible in his hand. So, I was, that Sister Diane, Christianity then, I was like, why? So, but that's the moment, I don't had a voice that said, go for him. So in the morning, he came to my office. And he came to my office, I didn't even remember him because he was putting a cap. So he has removed the cap. No, I didn't even remember the face. We started talking and he didn't introduce himself. So he just told them that he's looking for me. And we started talking. Then he heard somebody's voice and he asked to see the person. That was how. And then he said, immediately he saw my madam, my HOD. And I said to him, what are you waiting? You've not gotten married. And he said, that is what brought me to this office. And then I asked him, who are you coming from? And I said, so he said, go and meet her and let her talk, because I was having a little issue around me then. So that was how we met. And I said, please give me 2 months to go and pray and seek the face of God, and I will give you the answer. Because then I was having a lot of suitors. Somebody that is in the Bible, when you are in the Bible school and they saw the grace of God is upon you, all the men, the pastors, they start. And then I had somebody in the camp praying for 3 days.
So you mean in the Bible school too?
In the Bible school, yes.
Men too are looking for women.
Yes.
Bible school.
Everybody wants to settle down, and you don't want to settle down with the wrong person. You want to get married to somebody that will live the life with you, not somebody that tomorrow will say, I'm good. Yes. True. So somebody was already there praying at the camp for 3 days with friends concerning me when I met my husband.
I'm enjoying the love story, especially that Molwe love. I don't think there's Molwe again for us to go and look for that kind of love again.
But even if there is no Molwe, sometimes the conductor joins people with their change.
Yes, for a conductor to hold his hand, I don't think that his future wife is in the bus.
Is in the bus.
In this aspect now, because I know that we've had talks outside here, and you said you went through crisis. So this 27 years, I know some people would not tell me that it was all rosy. So there was a time you said you went through a major crisis in your life. So I want you to share it out with so many that are watching.
There are so many crises, but I will share 2. And the first one is my health.
Yes, your health, yes.
Well, I went out to minister outside Nigeria, and that was 1915 or something. 2015. And I came back after I spent like 6 to 8 months, and I came back. So when I came back, not quite long I started noticing. Right there, I was noticing changes in my body, but I was thinking maybe because of the food and all those things that are. So after about a year, my husband started talking to me. He said, I don't like the way you are changing. Why not go and do tests? My tummy was coming up, I was getting lean. And my husband said, go and check yourself. I don't like the way you are looking. So the next day, I have to go to the hospital. And that was how the whole thing started. They said, I'm not feeling fine. They have to do a lot of tests. And they came up with a terrible issue, which is ovarian cancer.
Ovarian cancer?
Yeah, came up with ovarian cancer. And the journey started. Going to the hospital, taking drugs. By then, my tummy was already big, very big. That the doctors have said, there's no way. They told my husband, they looked at him face to face, they said, we know you are a man of God, but we just want to tell you that we want to try, but no hope, because who we are seeing here, she has gone very far. My husband looked at me when he came out and said, baby, look at what they said. I said, for me, I'm okay. Nothing is happening to me. This is just a passing phase. And he said, that is it. It's a passing phase. And we keep praying and believing God and keep going to the hospital. The day of the operation, they had to operate on me. The day of the operation, I looked at myself. I knew if I go for that operation that day, I will not survive. And the doctors, they were on strike. So my husband have to tip the doctors for them to come, for them to operate on me. So when they came, after much prayer that day, they looked at me. They have already wheeling me into the theater. The doctor that is in charge of is it an anesthesia or what, just came to look at me and did some tests again at that moment. And he said, no, this operation will not hold today. Everybody was disappointed. My husband was disappointed. But me, I was not disappointed because I received from God that it will not hold, So I told my husband, I said, just give them money, let the transport fare, let them go back. Let them reschedule. So they used to remove 2 buckets of water every 2 days. These 25 liters of buckets. They used to remove 2 buckets of water every day, 2 days from my tummy. Yeah. To tell you how terrible it was. So, but the day that they rescheduled, came for the bed the next day, and they operated on me, everything was fine. I entered that theater 7:30 and I came out 8:30 p.m., 7:30 a.m., 8:30 p.m. So everybody thought all hope was lost. Because the doctors, they ended up packing the things remaining inside my tummy, just sewed it anyhow, and pushed me out to go and die in the ward. Because they thought I would not be able to survive it. So when we get to the ward, I was in intensive care unit. They were giving me blood, water, whatever. There is what they call this blood. They take it directly from the human blood body. There's other one, there's yellowish, brownish in color. I've forgotten all their names. They take it directly from the human body to give to me. So they were giving me pounds of blood. They have given me like 13 pounds of blood. And my husband has gone to buy other pounds of blood, even fresh blood. Immediately they are removing it, they are putting it. So as my husband bought more 3 pounds of blood and was giving it to so they want to administer it, the Holy Spirit ministered to me. If I take that pints of blood, I will die. And I now beckoned on my husband. I said, I did hand like this. And I told her, he said, she wants to see me. In intensive care unit, they don't allow you in. You stay at the door, at the windows, to look at your. So I was just trying to get in with my husband. So he saw me and then he came. and asked me. I said, I will not take any blood. I did like this. I can't talk, but I just did like this. That means I don't want any blood. So my husband stood his ground and said, no, she's not taking any blood. Let them do tests. And they did the test. My blood was already 40%. And the woman's blood is 3940. That is the highest. If it goes, then another there will be issue. So that was how God saved me from that, particular. So many. I used to then that intensive care unit, we were just 4 of us, and 3 people died. It was just remaining myself. So I just called my husband and said, please let them remove me from this intensive care unit and take me to the ward. All the doctors said, no, you won't survive it. And the money in intensive, then we're paying 50,000 every day. Every day. So we left the intensive care unit and they took me to the ward. That is where I started exercising my faith. They will say, don't stand up, don't. As the nurses, they will remove their, I will try to stand up, and the operation tore. And I started, water started coming out. That was how God started my healing. The whole place was smelling. The water that was coming out from every hole that they have made in my body, the buckets, everything. They would just put buckets under me, the pipe, things were just coming out, and then smelling. Nobody wanted to come close to me because of the smell. So we are buying air freshener, we are buying whatever, to make that corner, good and livable. So as God will have it, I didn't know that God started the healing. Those things that was coming out was the cancer itself. And I never knew.
The form of the water.
Yes, the water. It was smelling and coming out from my system. It was just, so they said they will do second suturing. That is, they are going to. But after some time, I keep staying in the hospital. All they are doing is cleaning up. And I called my husband one day and I said to them, I said, I want to go. I don't want to be in the hospital again. My husband started crying. He said, do you want to kill me? Why do you say? Because surely you can see into my tummy. If the bandage is not there, you see everything there. So my husband started crying. I said, why are you crying? Let them discharge me and let me go. Whatever God says, I will not withstand. I said, God told me I will not die. God told me he has healed me. And if God has said it, no matter the years, it will surely happen. And by this time now, I've spent almost like 2-3 years on this. So we went home and went back to my hospital, started cleaning it up. So one day, my husband said, this thing is not healing. He said, yes. I noticed that it's not healing. But God opened my eyes to see that they have been witch hunting me right inside my tummy too. I saw something like, what they call it, tortoise. Yes, inside my tummy. It will come out from the tummy, it will come and eat Indomie and some other things, and it will enter back. So when I saw that revelation, I called on my husband and said, see. He said, okay. I remember that day was on Wednesday. He just came back from the evening service. He said, wait, just don't do anything. And he called his friend and said, look at what my wife said. And I know her. Please, can we just pray throughout the night? And as they were praying, I was praying. So he will come and say, I said, sleep. Why are you praying? I'm here. I said, I'm not disturbing you. Just let me keep speaking in tongues for myself. So, and that day, they prayed throughout the night. Then in the morning, I went for the cleanup. My doctor screamed. He said, what did you do overnight? I saw this wound yesterday. I cleaned it in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. But this morning, the face has changed. It's healed already. He said, yes, it's just be coming morning and evening. No need to be coming every day. Be coming morning and evening and go back to the general hospital. You did the operation so that they can do the second suturing. I carried myself and I went and I said, no, they are not going to do it again. The healing has started taking place by itself. So go and continue whatever you are doing. And come back. They gave me a time to come back. So by the grace of God, they didn't do the circumcision because I was already crying and telling God the pains, the pains, you know. And there was this medicine I used to take then every day. They were used to give it. They call it albumin because all the proteins in my body has gone. They were asking me to take a lot of protein, 6 eggs every day. I take other protein foods, and I take that albumin. Then it was about 69,500 every day. We have to cough out that money to get that albumin. I don't know how much it is now.
No.
So, and that was how God did it. So after about some months, took like 8 months before the perfect healing. So, and now I need to go back for what they call it, chemo. I need to go back for chemo. So they did their test, the test they did before, and my doctor have to go through it again, and the new test for me to be able to decide, okay, look at the stages of chemo you are going to go through. They call the chemo departments, and everybody is seated. But when they went through the tests, oh my God, the doctor said, who did this, or who is this pathologist that did this? The person doesn't know what he's saying. He said I should go back home, stay 1 month, and come back. I didn't know he was watching me. So I went back. I came back. He said, go back for 1 month again. Come back. Say, go back so for 3 months I was coming to the hospital and I was going back. After the 3 months, I said, doctor, tell me what it is. Just don't keep telling me to go home. Come back home. So he was, at that 3 months, he was watching that I'm adding and checking on me and what they have written. And he called me and said, he said, where is your husband? My husband was there. He said, we can't see anything again.
Amazing.
We can't see anything again. You don't have cancer. We have checked everything. We can't find it. So just go home and eat whatever you want to eat and take care of yourself. Come and see the hospital. Come and see everywhere. The nurses with their wives, some were kneeling down, some was falling on the floor. I just knelt down and I shouted, Jesus, thank you. Then they changed my name in the hospital and started calling. They said my name is Testimony. That they will keep calling me Testimony. So that was how they changed my name and started calling me Testimony. I said, go back to that God that did it for you. That is for how many years now? I have been healthy. And the Lord has been keeping me.
Amazing. So this is what we will call supernatural healing.
It was supernatural healing.
It's no reward going to any doctor, but God.
Just Him.
So this period now of this crisis, I know looking at it, it was a long time. Then when we are now going back to your husband, in terms of taking care of himself, wanting the warmth of his wife, he can't have sex again with you for that next period of time. Nothing, the regular playing with his partner. Didn't he, maybe, I don't know if people had talked to us, that's like, was there no seductive moment for him or risky moment that he felt like, I can't take this again, just go, let me taste another person?
Actually, he was a darling. Even at the hospital, they keep praising him. They keep giving him accolades. Because they showed so many women that their partners dumped, that went through, even those that their case was not as serious as mine. But my husband resumes every day, 6 a.m.
In the hospital?
In the hospital, he resumes every day and goes back 2 a.m. every day. So my daughters that were in school, one will come, stay a month, she will go back to school. Then the other one will come, stay a month with me, go back to school. They were repeating it like that in order to take care of me in the hospital. So that was how. And even right there in the hospital, there's one of the cleaner that brought out herself to take care of me. I told you people were running away. People they don't want to come because of the smell. Yeah. She was the one taking care of me. I never knew she was looking for my husband.
Taking care of you and interested in your husband.
Yes, was interested in my husband.
Amazing.
Yes. So my husband was playing along with her, So he told me, he said, this lady want to take your place. He said, play along with her. Please be good to her.
And you and the lady, you are not friends?
No, we are not friends. We just met at the hospital.
At the hospital?
Even my friend, she was mad when she came. She wanted to go and fight her. Seeing how she was, playing the whole game and everything. When I just held her hand and said, if you drive her, who will take care of me here? She's the one mopping, cleaning. I know it's her job, but she's devoted to it because they all believe I'm not going to survive. So she is doing her work. She has already told my husband that he has 2 kids and that she is interested in my husband in case
while you are lying on the bed.
Still lying on the bed. So in case the Lord takes me,
she comes in.
Yes. So my husband was giving her tips, giving her money to take care of the children and then take care of me. So she was doing it wholeheartedly.
So should we say that what your husband was doing, was it wisdom?
He was using wisdom because he was playing along with the woman. He told me everything. So I was playing along with the woman too. Anything I have, I will give to her, And then she was doing it. But to himself, he told me virtually it was like his body died. You understand? He was not living. He would just go somewhere and he will cry. He will pray. He will talk to God. He will come back. So his focus was just on God and the children. I have 6 children.
6?
I have 6 children. And he keeps saying to me, he say, baby, you are going nowhere. I say, I'm not going anywhere. He say, because I can't take care of these kids alone. So you have to be here and you have to take care of the babies, take care of the children with me. So I said, I'm not going anywhere. There's one word that God said to me that propelled my faith. And he gave me a scripture from the book of Matthew 24, 44 to 46. And I will paraphrase it. He said to me, in that scripture, he said, if the master comes, the master has called you to feed his disciples, to feed his people. He said, if he comes and he meets you not doing what he has called you to do, so what will be your fate? So that word went straight into my heart. Oh, God called me to preach the gospel. God called me to, restore lives. And I'm here lying down on the bed and I'm not doing the job. Why am I here? And I said to myself, I said, Jesse, you are not supposed to be here. God said he has healed you. Why are you lying down on the bed? So that was one of the things that propelled my faith. And I stood up. I started walking. Even when the water was dropping and when I will be walking, the lady will be walking with me, cleaning the whole place. So I was walking. They will say, please, mother, they were afraid. Please go and sit down. Go and lie down. You don't need to be walking. But I was walking, building my faith. And as I was walking, I was quoting the scripture and I was praying. That was how God took control of everything. Yes.
Well, let me find out if my viewers are watching. I'm sure you are all enjoying what my doctor is telling us now. But for you to continue with me, please subscribe to my channel. Just click that button and that notification button for more information. Thank you. So join me. Let's find out what happened to that nurse or that cleaner. Did she finally succeed or what? Join me. So, Mama, finally, in that cleaner, so what was her? By the time I would use this word, resurrect. When you came back to life, I'm sure, what was the expression on the face?
Well, she was off duty with the day I left. She was supposed to resume the next day. She told me that she will not be coming today because it was an eve to the new year. So I already told God, I said, I don't want to stay in that hospital for the new year. So she was supposed to come in the new year. So the eve, she didn't know I'm going to go. So that's Friday. My husband, I told my husband that I want to go. So I will spend the new year in the hospital. So we did everything. So we left.
So you didn't communicate?
We didn't communicate. So when she came, I heard that when she came to the hospital, and I was no longer there. You don't have my husband's phone number. So no address, nothing. So that was how the whole issue died down.
Wow. This is this is, in fact, I don't know, even in the hospital again, and somebody wishing the other person to die in order to take a position. So we should be careful though. Let's hold this God. So, but there is another aspect when we're talking, in terms of finally, in the aspect of you starting your business. You told me, you were telling me about how your school started and the struggles. Can you just give us a brief challenge and your winning points?
When I wanted to start the school, I had this vision. Well, I thought I was running away from it, but when it becomes, mandatory that I have to go into it, and I was not having cash, no money, no finance to start it. Remember, I just came out from the hospital, so we are virtually the cars, the land, everything. So there was nothing to start up the school with. So I just talked to God about it. I said, you are calling me into this ministry and there's nothing to start with it. How do I start up? And the day I made up my mind, I said, I am already going for it. I just told a friend, I said, I want to start a school, but I don't have money. And I said, there's somebody that has a school that wants to sell his things. Please, can you come and check if you will like those things? I said, sure. Let me go now. Let me see. So that was how I went to that school. And it's not a school. She was running it in her parlor. So she has tables and chairs for the nurseries. So I bought those things. Now that was how I started the school in the church there. I started with those little money. And I did free lessons. Free lessons, yes, for the children. So they came out in mass. So after the lessons, some of them stayed with me.
So to close it up, what's the name of your school?
The name of the school is the House of Glory International School.
House of Glory,
yes,
International School. And I'm sure you are seeking for more sponsors to help you.
Yes. I want to do it free. If I get sponsors that will want to, sponsor children, they will go school fees free. Yes. You're giving back to the society. Yes.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It was nice having this gist with you. It was amazing. I wish we had more time to talk. But I know that a lot of us have gotten a lot of things that will transform lives. So my viewers, I'm sure that you would watch that any challenge that comes your way, you can win. Just stand strong and make sure that you have God on your side. Dr. Jones just told us that she stood by God and God gave her a supernatural transformation. So thank you for joining me on this episode. But please, viewers, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.